Don't hold me closer, tiny dumb diver. I'll pass on the pennies you're offering. My career would face its ending. I'll just stay in college today. So don't hold me closer, tiny dumb diver. Oh, the level of embarrassment has reached an all-time high in the WNBA dump. My singing voice is really bad, but this is absolutely humiliating. Not for me. Not for me. I mean, my singing voice is bad, but this is humiliating for the WNBA. This is absolutely soul crushing. This should actually be major news right now in the mainstream media, but of course it's not. The media, they tend to ignore the hard truth when it comes to the WNBA. Young basketball players, they have one dream only: making it to the NBA. Their dream is not to make it to the college level. Their dream's not making it to March Madness or winning the national championship. For young men, college is just an obstacle. It's a bump in the road, something they are forced into before achieving their real dream. Young men who are projected to be first-round draft picks, they can't declare their draft status fast enough. The first opportunity they're given, they are declaring for the NBA draft. Name, image, and likeness deals, that's had zero impact on the NBA. For one, endorsement deals can't match the salaries offered in the NBA. If you're a top 10 pick, as a rookie, you're making between $4 and $10 million a year. But two, NIL deals for college basketball players, they're not as lucrative because they don't have a high profile. Who is the biggest star in men's college basketball? Can you even name one player? The biggest star heading into the NBA draft, he's over in France playing professional basketball right now. Young men at the college level, they can't escape fast enough. Completely different story with the women. With any profession, your ultimate goal is making it to the top of your field. The problem for these young women, they only have 4, maybe 5 years of eligibility at the top of their field. I guess Donnie Lemon was right. The prime years for women peak early in life. If you're a basketball player, your prime years of earning potential end at the age of 22. Roles are completely reversed here. I think NIL has been great for the majority of college sports, but it is absolutely killing the WNBA. I have been following this story all week, watching as player after player after player delays their inevitable future as a dump diver to return to college basketball. Initially, Charisma Osborne had every intention to declare for the upcoming WNBA draft. She was projected to be a first-round pick. If she waits until next year, she's taking a huge risk of losing status in the draft. Star players like Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, they are eligible to enter the WNBA next season. For Charisma Osborne, this means she could go from being a rookie operations manager at one of the 12 dumps if she declared for the draft this year to being the secondary trash collector on the back of the garbage truck. That is a huge decline in status. That manager title looks a lot better on your resume. But just like everything else in business, this decision by Charisma Osborne came down to the 2 B's: benefits and bucks. Speaking of money, let's get into the sponsor for today's video, my friends over at Patriots for Prosperity. We have been programmed to believe that throwing our money into a 401k is the best way to build wealth. These financial experts, they have convinced us that putting money in a qualified retirement plan is the best decision. Seems to me the banks are benefiting the most. They have your money locked away for decades, and if you ever want to access your money too soon, you get penalized. How dare you ask for your own money? Luckily, there is a better option available. Have you guys ever wondered where the super wealthy keep their money? Guys like Walt Disney, J.C. Penney, even Donald Trump. They use what my friends at Patriots for Prosperity call the Liberty Asset. Been around for over 150 years, never failed to turn a profit. Instead of having the bank's best interest in mind, my friends over at Patriots for Prosperity have your best interest in mind. They will help you find the best place to store your wealth. And the best part is, you always have access to your money and it grows tax-free. Me personally, I am using the Liberty Asset and the infinite banking concept. I encourage you guys to do the same. Go to www.thelibertyasset.com/behind the line or click the link in the description below to see if the Liberty Asset is right for you. All right, Charisma Osborne. She intended to declare for the dump diver status. She wasn't the only UCLA starter hoping to trade charter flights for Greyhound bus tickets. UCLA guard Camryn Brown. She was also excited about helping the community by collecting trash. Then it happened. UCLA head coach Cori Close. She recognized the mistake these young women were making. Cori Close reached out to several head coaches in the WNBA. She explained the situation. She explained that 2 of her star players were expressing interest in becoming dump divers. Typically, the roles are reversed here. NBA scouts, NBA head coaches, they reach out to college coaches to ask their opinion on their players. Clearly, that is not how it works in the WNBA because college coaches are reaching out to WNBA coaches trying to convince their players to stay away from the dump. Cori Close reached out to several WNBA head coaches. Now I'm going to quote verbatim what one WNBA coach told Cori Close about her players leaving UCLA to head to the place where careers go to die. Quote, "Does Charisma want to make more money and stay in college and get massages, fly charter, have everything paid for, have a nutritionist, and have her own trainers that are paid for? Or does she want to have none of those things and fly Southwest with us?" Let me translate that for you. Life sucks in the dump. This should not be breaking news, especially if you've been following this channel for a while. We have been exposing the living conditions in the WNBA for almost 3 years now. After speaking with their coach, both Charisma Osborne and Camryn Brown decided to stay at UCLA. "We want to enjoy one more year of the college experience. We want one more year of making real money and private airfare before we are forced into the inevitable transition into a garbage man." This rejection has sparked outrage with some WNBA players. Lexi Brown expressed her outrage on Twitter. "Well, Casey, who in the hell is Lexus Brown?" Yeah, that's my point. This is why I say the WNBA is where careers go to die. Lexi Brown is one of the guards for the LA Sparkles. It's her responsibility to provide security at the Los Angeles dump to make sure homeless people don't sneak in looking for the leftover dog food. Lexi Brown replied by saying, "You really think we don't have trainers and nutritionists?" I'm sure you do, Lexi. I am sure those nutritionists select the top shelf Purina. I noticed, though, that she didn't say anything about travel conditions. This has been a point of contention in the WNBA for years. It's also one of the many reasons players are choosing to remain in college instead of declaring for pretend basketball. Of course, there are many other reasons. The women in college basketball, they play in front of sellout crowds during March Madness. In the WNBA, there are more people working the concession stand serving the woke wiener than inside the arena watching the pretend game. Matter of fact, you can't give away WNBA tickets. My boy John Root, you can find him here on YouTube, but my boy John Root, he conducted a field study back in February. He asked random people if they would rather have $1 or free tickets to a WNBA game. The responses were not all that surprising. Watch for yourself.
Would you rather take $1 or tickets to a WNBA game?
I'm going to have to take that dollar.
Would you rather take $1 or tickets to a WNBA game?
$1.
Would you rather take $1 or tickets to a WNBA game?
Dollar. I'll take $1.
All right, boys, let me get you a couple dollars. Would you rather take $1 or tickets to a WNBA game?
I'd take the $1.
Yeah, maybe $1.
A couple bucks for the boy. Would you rather take $1 or tickets to a WNBA game?
Well, that's a tough one for me because I'm from Seattle and I really like to support that team. But
if you conducted that same survey 2 weeks ago, asking the same question but with women's college basketball instead of the WNBA, I think most people would take the free tickets. I would, if it were tickets to March Madness. You could not give me tickets for the WNBA Finals. Female college basketball players, they have the opportunity to make six figures or more through endorsement deals because they have a higher profile. Companies are looking for influencers to endorse their products. Who is the influencer in the WNBA? Who is the biggest star in the WNBA? I would have to say Bob Griner, but I wouldn't call Bobby a star. Bobby is simply recognized and known for trying to smuggle the ganja past Vlad. Before being arrested and experiencing upgraded accommodations in a Russian prison, Bob Griner was unknown. If I showed you a picture of Bob back in 2018, you would have thought she was the foreman at a construction site. Earlier this week, LSU star Angel Reese said, "I am in no rush to enter the WNBA dump." Rookie dump divers make around $60,000 a year. Angel Reese can make 10 times that amount through endorsement deals at LSU. Those same endorsement deals, they dry up once you enter the WNBA. Angel Reese goes from being a star college basketball player to another faceless employee at Waste Management. People are expecting both Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark to declare for the WNBA draft next year. I don't think it's going to happen. Both of them have 2 years of eligibility left in college. They can thank the Fauci lizard for that because they were given an extra year of eligibility after Fauci fucked America. But just think about that for a second. WNBA teams are located in major cities across America. Seattle, where the guy in that clip was from and didn't even know the name of the team. I can help him out with that. It's the Seattle Shitfucks. Los Angeles, Las Vegas. Hell, Las Vegas won the championship in the WNBA last season, giving them access to the private bathrooms in the dump and use of the golden toilet. The championship team drew less than 50% capacity last season, barely over 5,000 a game. New York City. Does Houston still have a WNBA team? Who the hell knows? The point is, female basketball players, they would rather stay in the Iowa boonies than live a life of poverty in a major American city. Who can blame them? This is a serious problem for the WNBA, and it's a problem with no short-term solution. One way to solve this problem, increase revenue. But that's only part of the solution here. You also have to find a way to increase the profile of the WNBA. Like I have said 1,000 times over the past 3 weeks, the tournament is the draw in women's college basketball. Caitlin Clark is great. Angel Reese, great. But the tournament is the real star. They're high-profile stars 1 month a year. Here in a few weeks, both will be forgotten until next March. But that is still better than the WNBA, where you're forgotten 12 months a year. But give me your thoughts. College basketball players rejecting the WNBA, electing to stay in college for as long as possible. It's like roles have been reversed. College basketball is the professional level, while the WNBA is amateur pretend basketball. Is there any way for the WNBA to solve this problem? This is highly embarrassing for the league, which is probably why the mainstream media is refusing to cover the story. But you let me know. Sound off in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe. Click the notification bell to receive all notifications from the channel. Best way to contact me is by email at btlkc84@gmail.com. KC_BTL84 on Twitter. I'll see you guys later.